going on, everybody? Welcome back to another college football prediction video. I'll be doing the Baylor Bears next. Um, so the last 3 years they went 7-6, 11-3, and then 2-7. They obviously lost a good coach, Matt Rule, to the NFL. Um, and honestly, they replaced him with probably the best defensive coordinator at the time in the country. But in today's college football, does defensive coordinators really work out unless you're like Kirby Smart and you can recruit a ton of talent? Where I think where Baylor's at, it's Texas, but it's kind of hard to do that. I have Baylor ranked fourth in the Big 12 in talent and fifth in returning production. Though they went 2-7, I think it'll be a better year. I mean, it just all comes down to how good of a coach Rando is going to end up being, I guess. Anyways, let's get to the schedule. They start on the road at Texas State, home against Texas Southern. Then they go to Kansas. Then they're home against Iowa State. Then to Oklahoma State. Then home against West Virginia. Home against BYU. Home against Texas. At TCU. Home against Oklahoma. At Kansas State. And home against Texas Tech. So the first two games should be easy wins. I mean, I guess you could potentially see a first game loss, but I just wouldn't expect them to lose to anybody outside of the Power Five, unless it's like Cincinnati or whatever. Then they're on the road at Kansas. You should be able to win that game as well. I mean, though Lance Leopold's a hell of a coach, it's still Kansas. They lost a lot. They have no talent at all there. Kansas is Kansas. I mean, if they win 3 games, that's a success. So you should start off the season 3-0. Then you host Iowa State, red hot Iowa State. I think you lose this game. I think it comes down to not talent, but just the amount of players coming back for Iowa State and the fact that Matt Campbell's their coach. Matt Campbell is one hell of a coach, and I just don't trust Dave Aranda yet. Maybe he can prove me wrong, but I do not trust him as a head coach yet. Next is on the road at Oklahoma State. I have you losing this game as well. I think this game also comes down to coaching and the fact it's hard to win at Oklahoma State. Talent's really similar. The returning production's really similar, so I kind of just split the difference there and went with the coaching. Spencer Sanders is going to be good this year. Is he going to go down even more after going down this past season? Is he going to get passed by Ellingsworth? Or I think his last name is Ellingsworth. But yeah, I just think Oklahoma State wins this game due to the fact that it's at Oklahoma State, and I trust Mike Gundy more than Dave Aranda at this point. Next is home against West Virginia. I also have you losing this game. I have you way more talented than West Virginia, but I think Neil Brown's a better coach. They have more returning production. Yes, the game's at Baylor, but West Virginia is kind of like one of those under-the-radar teams for me this year. I can see that West Virginia team probably winning around 8 games or so. I mean, they got a decent quarterback. If West Virginia doesn't end up being good, I see this more being of an upset win with a better coach on the road. So now you're 3-3. Now you have home against BYU. You should be able to win this game. BYU just lost so much after the good team that they had last year, and I just don't see them going on the road and beating you guys. Plain and simple. Next is home against Texas. As in the Texas video, I have you losing this game. I just think talent wins this game. I know it's two new coaches. Texas doesn't have a lot coming back, but I just think talent's the overall difference in this game. Next is on the road at TCU. I also have you losing this game. You're way more talented than TCU. TCU's got a lot coming back, and I think they have the better quarterback, and obviously Gary Patterson's one hell of a coach, and he's on the track to a Hall of Fame resume. Yeah, I just think it comes down to coaching and quarterback play here. And plus, you're on the road. It's hard to win on the road there. And yeah, next is home against Oklahoma. I'll be losing this game as well. Talent, better coaching in Oklahoma, more coming back. Oklahoma's gonna be red hot going into November. I just maybe you could pull off an upset here because you're at home, but I just do not see it happening. Next would be on the road at Kansas State. I debated this game for a really, really long time. Kansas State never has a talent, but they always seem to win games they're not supposed to, and I think this is one of them. I'm not saying they're not supposed to win this game because, Baylor's not some superstar team, but with this game being at Kansas State, I think there's some, spark in Kansas State that night, and I just think it's one of those upset wins that Kansas State kind of pulls off there. I also really like Kansas State's quarterback, and I just think better coaching, better quarterback. Though the talent's not there, I just have a gut feeling, I guess, is what I'm trying to say after an hour later. Kansas State's going to win that game. And then you end the season at home against Texas Tech. I don't know why I said it like that. I'd be winning this game. I think you're way more talented. You're at home. Texas Tech doesn't have anything coming back. I don't trust their coach in Power 5 conference. And, yeah. Oh. And, yeah, so 5-7, 2-7 in the Big 12. I could see Baylor getting to 7-5 with some upset wins. I don't know. I don't see them getting any worse than 5-7, honestly, because your wins are your group of 5 teams and Kansas and Texas Tech. So I guess I kind of set the low bar here because I could see you beating West Virginia, upsetting Texas because Texas has talent, but they just can't seem to get the coaching. I could see you beating Kansas State. I could see you beating TCU. I mean, there's potential to go probably 8-4, 9-3 this year. I just don't know what to think of Dave Aranda. So it comes down to Dave Aranda and I guess how good the quarterback's going to be because they have some good talent that Matt Rule left there. So it comes down to trust. That being said, Baylor 5-7, 2-7 in the Big 12. I hope you enjoyed the video. Please like, subscribe, share the video, comment down below. And yeah, thank you.